So today I want to talk about season 5 of the TV show Gotham. Gotham is the prequel show, so to speak, about a young Bruce Wayne and a young James Gordon and all these young characters before they become who we know them to be. Penguin, the Riddler, Batman, Catwoman, Two-Face, maybe, and not Joker. But honestly, I this I've had a couple failed takes trying to talk about this show today. And when I do something on here, I don't edit, I don't cut. So if I mess up, I just delete it and start from the beginning. It can be very annoying sometimes, but that's just how I work, because it's the simplest. And I just pray a plane doesn't fly over, because then if it does, I'll have to start over again. And I don't want to start over again. But I guess the reason I had such a hard time talking about this show is just nothing felt right, and I wasn't conveying what I wanted to say properly, because this is a really strange show. It definitely picked up after season 1. I think after season 1 it stopped trying to take itself so serious. It also dropped a couple pointless characters that contributed nothing to the show, like detectives Reyes and somebody else, Montoya or something like that. I don't know. Maybe that's just the first and last name of one person. I don't even remember. But there's a couple pointless characters they dropped. The show stopped taking itself so seriously, kind of embraced the camp, so to speak. I don't know. But I came to enjoy the show a lot and look forward to various episodes and various seasons, and it's one of the first cable TV shows that I was able to do this for in a while. I mean, that I can remember even, because ever since Lost, the problem that I've had with cable TV shows versus something with Netflix or something old that I could find on Hulu is it just struggled to grasp me, I suppose. Because I'm fine with the once a week thing. I don't need to binge watch it in a couple days. I'm fine with every Monday. But the problem is, shows nowadays, they don't do every Monday. They'll do Monday, next week it'll come out on Monday, next week it'll come out on Monday, but then they'll take a week off. And it'll come out 3 Mondays later. And then then they'll keep going and keep going, and then they'll take 3 months off. It's just, the patterns of release are so inconsistent. I mean, in my opinion, if you're going to do a 22 episode TV show, you release 22 episodes, 22 weeks in a row. And that's how you do it. You have half the year off to record and edit your next season, and then you do it again. You don't need to take these ridiculous sporadic breaks all over the time. And so that's what would happen to me. I would watch a show week after week, and then they would take a week break, and I wouldn't watch it that week, so I would almost kind of forget about it. And by the time it came back on, I forgot. It had broke the rhythm. And Gotham was the only 22 episode show since Lost that I was really able to attach myself to and watch, because it did have these ridiculous breaks and months off and week breaks, and it was ridiculous and crazy, just like it is now. But I was able to stick through it, and I mean, I'll watch a show like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, because that's only 10 episodes, and I don't think they do any breaks in there. They definitely don't do any month-long breaks, but they might do a week-long break. I don't know. But still, that's a 10-episode TV show. That's much easier, and It's Always Sunny is a great show. One that I'm definitely looking forward to a lot. But Mostly, I prefer to either binge watch a new TV show on Netflix or something, or just rewatch a new TV show that I don't, or rewatch an old TV show that I don't have to do again. You know, I'm not watching new TV much, like, but yeah, I mean, Gotham ended recently. I was kind of sad to see it go. It's been a while since the ending of a TV show has bothered me this much. I mean, maybe since obviously 2010 when Lost ended. But then, like, after Lost, there came a period where. Cause the thing about Lost. The thing about me and Lost is Lost was really like the first TV show I ever watched. Now, of course, I watched, like, cartoons, you know, like Courage the Cowardly Dog or Ed, Ed and Eddie, a Batman animated series. But I didn't really, like, religiously watch those shows. Lost was really the first TV show that I religiously watched. You know, watching every episode, looking forward to every episode, tuning in every week, you know, counting the days until the thing ended. And after Lost, I started getting into other TV shows and watching other TV shows. But the thing was that most of those TV shows had already ended. So I would check out Prison Break and watch all of Prison Break, and then I would get to season 4, and then season 4, and then, well, no more Prison Break. I did that with Heroes, Bird Notice, Psych. But the good thing is Psych is still pumping out new stuff. Definitely looking forward to the new season of Psych. But, I mean, as you can see, I'm not really even talking about Gotham that much, because that's where I struggled in the past with these previous takes I just did today. It's tough conveying how I feel about this show, because I enjoyed it a lot, and it comes down to, a lot of it comes down to the fact that I'm just a huge fan of Batman, and I like Batman a lot. I think Batman is my favorite TV, not my favorite TV, Batman is my favorite superhero. I like all these Batman stories. I could see where certain episodes and plot lines were taken from other stuff, especially towards the end, the last 2 or 3 seasons. And what I'll say about the show is that the kid who plays Batman, I think his name is pronounced David Mazouz. It's spelled like David, but it's pronounced David, which is kind of weird. I think he gives my favorite live-action portrayal of Batman. You know, I like him as Bruce Wayne / Batman. I like him as that character better than I like Ben Affleck or Christian Bale or Michael Keaton. And I don't even count anybody else. You know, George Clooney and Val Kilmer, they don't even count. I just ignore them. And Adam West is a whole different thing. Really, like Adam West is like the same as Will Arnett, kind of, as Batman. It's just like a different little thing. And also it gave there was a really good performance of not Joker in Cameron Monaghan. It's a shame that he was never able to go full on Joker. I think he portrayed 3 different versions of one character through some weird twists and twin stuff and vats of chemicals, but he was able to portray 3 different, like, variations and versions of the character that were all kind of like different aspects of the Joker. So I think that worked in the end, I would suppose. So he was never able to go full on Joker, but he was able to get something kind of there, you know, bits and pieces that you could mash together and have it really good. But he is a really good actor, so that worked out well. I would still like Heath Ledger as the Joker a little better. Of course, Mark Hamill was obviously the best Joker. So it came into the last season of Gotham, and yeah, I was sad to see that the show was going to go. I was sad that the show wasn't going to get another 22 episodes. I was disappointed to see that it was only going to be 12 episodes. But I guess mostly I was just glad that the show was going to end on its own terms, so to speak. I mean, obviously they would have liked to go on for a season 6 and a 7, and I would have liked a season 6 and 7, but they didn't get abruptly canceled, so they were able to finish off the story as best as they could and give a satisfying ending to the show, which, you know, I think we got. But now, particularly the last episode, it does deal with the big time jump, and only one character ages at all in 10 years. You know, they got to replace the kid with an older version of her. But no one else really ages 10 years. They got a little mustache going on, but they shaved that off. I guess that was a little bit of fan service. And the show wasn't even... The last episode wasn't even so much an ending to the show as it was the beginning of something else. You know, I think like, even the title of the finale was In the Beginning, I think it was called, or maybe just The Beginning. I think it was In the Beginning, though. And it was really just like a new beginning. And so it was a weird mix of getting closure and being satisfied, but with also, like, I would absolutely want to see more. I would hope that they do more of this in some capacity. I mean, I don't know what that would be. I mean, maybe like a comic strip or something, but I would just like a TV show, you know, another season, or a rebooted show called a different thing. You know, I would hope that they would, if they were to do like another season of this or a sequel show, I would want it to wait a couple years. Like honestly, wait like 6 or 7 years. Let those characters age up a little bit, because I think I would want to see him come back as Batman. I wouldn't want some other person to take over like they did with Catwoman. And I would also like her to come back as Catwoman too. I think she did a great job over the course of the season playing Catwoman. I mean, I understand why they had to replace her with an older actress, and it seems like she was kind of on board with that too. But if they were ever going to do it back again, I would want to see... I'd want to see the original actors come back. I wouldn't want them to replace anybody with someone just because that person happens to be older. But yeah, and I wouldn't say that I'm upset that the show is over. I just find myself wishing that it wasn't. You know, I wish I could have more, because I wish I could have more episodes, more seasons, more stories. I'm just a big fan of Batman. I like having Batman. I like having Batman content that I want to see. So yeah, I like how towards the end they kind of went a little Dark Knight Rises with it. You know, the whole thing of Bane and the daughter of Ra's al Ghul, and they're taking over the city and blowing up bridges. It was very Dark Knight Rises, which is good because Dark Knight Rises is my favorite Batman movie, which might sound strange because The Dark Knight is a very good movie, but I still like The Dark Knight Rises a little bit more. So yeah, I liked that aspect of it. There were some characters that we didn't get to see again that I wish we had gotten to see more of, but again, I think that comes down to the 12 episode thing. I would have liked, we didn't really get to see Scarecrow much, or Victor Freeze, or Firefly. They were going to introduce Man-Bat. We didn't really get there. We got nothing with Harvey Dent. We haven't saw Harvey Dent in a while. I think they talked about it, how they didn't want to do a Two-Face story without a full-fledged Batman there, which I suppose that makes sense. It does. But, maybe if he could have been a more recurring character, because I do like the kid they got to play Harvey Dent. Not really a kid, but I do like the actor they brought in to play Harvey Dent. I had seen him in other things. I thought that was a good choice. I wish there was a little bit more time for the whole story arc of the ventriloquist, because I always liked that villain. ventriloquist and Scarface. But I thought what little we did have of the ventriloquist, I thought that was very, very well done. It was only an episode, but I did like it. But yeah, and it definitely seems almost like with the last season, they simplified things a little bit. You know, they dropped all these long and confusing storylines about, you know, the Falcones and the Carmines and the Jada Pinkett Smith, whatever her name was. And they just kind of simpled things a little bit. You know, it just ended up being about, you know, the characters that we've really been following and the characters that we've really cared about. So I like that. Yeah. You know, like I said, I like the show. I really enjoyed watching it. It's kind of sad it's gone. There's not too much like mourning going on because, you know, it ended how it ended. It wasn't a perfect show. I mean, definitely had some problems. But it was a show that I enjoyed overall, despite whatever problems it may have been. And I just hope that I just hope that we can start getting back to having some good Batman movies. You know, I'd like to have a Batman movie to look forward to besides Lego Batman 2. I don't know if that's going to happen. But yeah. I mean, I don't know, all our good Batman content has been like TV almost, it seems. I don't know. I haven't had a good Batman in a while. I don't know. I'm definitely looking forward to whatever new Batman movie comes out. I think it is interesting. They're going to introduce Batman and the Titans TV show, which I haven't seen. That doesn't look very good. But I do like what's his face, who's playing Bruce Wayne from. He was playing Ian Glenn. I don't know if that's right. But he was in Game of Thrones. He was in the Resident Evil movies. I like that actor. They're bringing him in to play Bruce Wayne in Titans. I probably won't ever check that out, though, because that show doesn't look interesting to me at all. I like Batman. I don't care about the Teen Titans at all. It seems like a very stupid concept to me. I never watched those cartoons or anything, so I don't know. I'm just kind of rambling on at this point. I wanted to end it a long time ago. So, yeah, I'll just end it here. I don't know. It was a weird review, but I will see you guys next time.